poem from one of my, well, it's my favourite poem of all time probably, and I grew up with this poem, and it's written by Hilaire Belloc, and I've prepared a little introduction because I feel that my words wouldn't do it justice, so here we go, a little introduction. It's called Tarantella, and some of you may know it. The Miranda of Hilaire Belloc's Tarantella is Miranda Mackintosh, whom Belloc met at an inn in the Pyrenean hamlet of Canfranc on the River Aragon in 1909. The poem, written 20 years later, was a New Year's present to the Scottish Miranda. The holograph copy is inscribed "For Miranda, New Year's" in 1929. The Tarantella is a dance for two that is supposed to be brought on by the intoxication induced by the sting of the tarantula, which is similar to that by falling in love. So, just before I begin, for those that are like me and miss words, muleteers, that refers to someone who drives mules, and High Peaks Whore actually is talking about a hoarfrost. So just to let you know. Do you remember an inn, Miranda? Do you remember an inn? And the tedding and the spreading, the straw for a bedding, and the fleas that teased in the high Pyrenees, and the wine that tasted of tar, and the cheers and the jeers of the young muleteers under the vine of the dark veranda. Do you remember an inn, Miranda? Do you remember an inn? And the cheers and the jeers of the young muleteers who hadn't got a penny and who weren't paying any, and the hammer at the door and the din, and the hip-hop-hap of the clap of the hands to the twirl and the swirl of the girl on chancing, glancing, backing and advancing, snapping to the clapper of the spin, out and in, and the ting-tong-tang of the guitar. Do you remember an inn, Miranda? Do you remember an inn? Nevermore, Miranda, nevermore. Only the High Peaks Whore and Aragon, a torrent at the door. No sound. But in the walls of the halls where falls the tread of the feet of the dead to the ground, no sound. But the boom of the far waterfall, like doom. Do you remember an inn, Miranda? Do you remember